How's it going? Welcome to the Get Minting podcast. Let's just give a few minutes. The co-host Jackson still needs to jump on. I know we're sending out a few tweets on our end, and we'll just give a little bit of time for everybody to join before we start things off. So just sit tight. There's Jackson. I'll get him up on stage, and we'll get set up. We'll get started in a few minutes, everyone.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey Jackson, welcome. How's it going?
Not bad. How's
Not too bad.
how's your evening going?
Pretty good, yeah. Pretty good. Excited for this podcast. It's gonna be awesome. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah, so we got
Uh,
Andrea up here. Is that Michelle on the Mavion account?
It sure is. Hi, guys.
Awesome. Hi.
awesome.
How are you both doing?
Hey
Hi,
Michelle.
Ross.
How are you both
Hey
doing?
everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for
I
joining us. I know everyone's in different time zones. We're all in different parts of the world right now, but it's so awesome. We can connect and chat about the project.
We're
Yeah,
pretty
and
excited to share this with everyone. And you're right, I'm coming to you guys from Friday morning in Australia, so I can tell you that the future is pretty awesome. I wish that means I could mint sooner, but I can't. Yeah, and Andrea is over
yeah,
in Santa
I
Barbara, California.
yeah, I'm here in Santa Barbara, California. I've been up since 4 in the morning and have been on 7 different time zones today. So I'm not really sure where I am at right now.
You're in the
Oh
metaverse.
wow. Yeah, we're all in the metaverse. Jackson, you're joining us from Canada.
That's right. Yeah.
Toronto area, Canada. Yeah, and I'm currently in Cartagena, Colombia. So we're like an international panel here. This is so awesome, and I'm sure all of our listeners are in different parts of the world too. So yeah, looking forward to hearing some of the audience questions. We'll do like a little AMA session right at the end. So yeah, keep the reacts going. We love it when everyone's reacting, and yeah, that's so awesome to see. So yeah, keep your questions till the end. We'll get you up on stage, and you'll be able to ask the team.
All right. Well, I think we have a good enough crowd here to get started. This is
Yeah,
this
let's
is everyone
go.
joining from the Mavion team, right?
Yes, from our side, it's Andrea and I today.
Great. Well, how about the two of you start by just introducing yourselves and your role in the team and how you got involved in this project?
Sure. I'll kick it off. I'm Michelle, everyone, under the Mavion tag here. I'm the co-founder and CEO. I sometimes refer to myself as the water girl or the water girl or ball girl, just to like make sure everyone on the team has what they need, and I just try to get out of their way. I feel really grateful to have such a small but mighty and talented team. Started a few years ago. We kind of joke that this is an NFT 4 years in the making. We created a company called The Accessory Junkie first, which was an e-com company that curated limited edition accessories and jewelry from around the world from incredible independent designers in everywhere from Cartagena, Colombia, to Brazil, Greece, Japan, Iceland, you name it. And we had a great business. And we saw what could be done in Web 2, but we were excited about what could be done in Web 3. And so Mavion is our new extension of the company, where we're bringing all these independent designers into the metaverse with us and really focused on our mission to uplift and support those designers who are invisible elsewhere. They're making beautiful pieces, but in small, limited edition quantities, so they can't reach new audiences and scale in traditional ways. And I'm excited today to share with you later how we are doing that, how we are scaling scarcity through NFTs.
Yeah. And I am Andrea Siegel, co-founder and Chief Product Officer for Mavion. And yes, this was 4 years in the making, starting with the Accessory Junkie. I like to say that I've spent my life curating limited fashion, and it's been a dream to be able to make it a business and to now do it in the metaverse. I work really closely with all of the independent designers around the world, and we work with designers in over 26 different countries. And for Mavion, not only have we been working with, there's 18 different designers represented in this collection, but I've also been working closely on the NFTs and with Dae-Young Kim, who is currently in Seoul, Korea, and she's just an incredible fashion designer and digital artist. It's a little bit about me.
And just to call out real quick, Dae-Young Kim is the illustrator of our NFTs. So the incredible artwork that we started to kind of leak and show yesterday on our Instagrams is the result of her creative genius. She's a former designer from Project Runway. She's a fashion illustrator, fashion designer. I got to tell you, she was born in Korea. She grew up in India. She studied in Milan, went to the Academy of Arts in San Francisco, and now resides in Portland, Oregon with her husband from Mexico City. She's the most global citizen I've ever met. And I think that she brings that beautiful global perspective to her fine art in these NFTs. And honestly, we have been making really inappropriate noises on our Zoom calls with her whenever we see the next reveal of this art. We're like, whoa, what just happened? Insert inappropriate noise here. And it's just extraordinary what she has done to bring our Mavions to life. And everyone, I cannot wait to see how you embrace your Mavion and use the Mavion as your PFP to represent the best version of yourself as a mood, as a feeling, leaning into every part of your style.
Yeah. I don't know how we're going to be launching this company because we just really want to keep these NFTs to ourselves.
Well, okay, so why don't we speaking of being a Mavion and becoming a Mavion, why don't we dive into what exactly that term means for everyone here who, to them, it might just look like a brand name, but actually I think it's so much more, right, to this collection and what it represents.
Yes. Thank you. So Mavion is a word that we made up, but has a very purposeful meaning behind it. So we've always embraced the terms Maven and Maverick, people who go where no one has gone before. We love that it's a genderless term to be a Maven or a Maverick. And it's about that spiritedness of pioneering a path that's right for you. And so we kind of put Maverick and Maven on the table. And then we thought about, what is it that we do? How did we start this mission? And it was really to bring this magic together of different people, the artists and the consumers. These are artists who are working in hidden hillsides along the coasts of Croatia. You would never find them normally. And there's a magic to that connection when their piece now is being worn by a customer in Omaha, Nebraska, or Dallas, Texas. And so that magic coupled with the idea that what's everyone's dream? I mean, to travel the world whenever you want and to have your own plane. I want my plane. I know Andrea wants her plane. Jackson, do you want a plane?
I want a plane, yeah.
Yes. So the literal translation for my plane in French is mon avion. And so between Maverick, Maven, Magic, and mon avion, Mavion was born. And I love that it really represents that global connectedness. And it's not about whether you're male, female, or other. It's not even about how you look. It's really about how you feel and the extreme version of any mood that you want to be.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I also want to say that, when Michelle and I, we're building the Accessory Junkie, we've always looked at accessories. It's so much more than just a piece of jewelry. It really is a way for someone to, you could be wearing the same dress, the t-shirt, but when you put on a really unique pair of earrings, something that's handmade that nobody else has, it really not only allows you to own who you are, but also give you the confidence, and somehow it empowers you to go out into the world and, and not be fearless about anything that's ahead. We've always looked at accessories as so much more as just a piece of jewelry or any type of fashion. And we've always wanted to innovate, how do we innovate the space of fashion and push these boundaries? And, I think every step of the way, it's really has led us to this moment.
Yeah, well, that's incredible. And actually, I think in terms of innovating, we might need to potentially go back a little bit to before this collection, because having a chance to speak to Michelle and hearing a ton of the pain points from before in the journey here that Mavion's solving, it really is innovative in this way that you're creating this collection to sort of solve real world problems, right? Would you mind expanding on all of that, kind of the impetus for this collection to enter NFTs in the first place?
Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly it. Web3 solves the problems that Web2 could not. So when we think about these independent designers, we would launch a collection with our consumers or with a partner like Nordstrom, only to find that a few months later, those beautiful designs would be illegally copied by other retailers. And there's no way to stop that from happening or to protect the designers, unfortunately. Secondly, it's really hard for these designers to reach new audiences. When they're making such limited number of pieces, they're focused on making beautiful quality rings and earrings and bags. They're not building SEO strategies. They don't have a slick marketing campaign or a core message overview. They're really focused on their craft, not on the business side. And so those first two pain points existed for everyone in a very meaningful way that crippled their ability to grow. But the third and most powerful piece was just, even if they had those other two things right, you can't scale scarcity in Web 2. If they made 50 earrings, that's only 50 transactions that they could ever complete from that product. So we really saw the opportunity in Web 3 to scale scarcity, because now we can take those small quantities of earrings, and through our NFTs, the holders will get the beautiful artwork. That artwork will feature those earrings. They will receive those beautiful earrings in real life, but they'll also receive the AR filter, the augmented reality filter, that they can wear those earrings across their social media. And then they can also take them into the metaverse. And here's where scaling scarcity really kicks into gear. So imagine now those earrings from your NFT are a gaming asset. And through our gaming partnerships, every time a unit of those earrings is sold through a skin or a collaboration, you, the NFT holder, will receive a royalty, and so does the designer. And so those ongoing royalties, every time a digital version of their beautiful work is used and sold, they're continuing to reap those benefits, as are you, the owner of that beautiful NFT.
That's incredible.
I love that.
Because, the idea of wearables entering the metaverse, I'm sure has crossed everyone's mind, but the whole idea of how this is actually solving, a real problem and creating a whole market for something that couldn't have existed in the real world, in the Web 2 world. What's so unique about what you guys are doing here, in my mind, is where a lot of people are going, okay, we have this brand, we have this, goods or services or whatever. How can we make this into an NFT? You're going, how can we use NFTs to solve this real world problem? And it's really using the technology in such a revolutionary way. I could almost see it kind of opening the doors in other people's minds for what's actually possible, because I don't see a lot of people thinking this way, really.
It's a good point. And I think everyone's trying to retroactively backfit something hey, I have a cool idea for an NFT. It could look really pretty or interesting. And they mint that, but then they are left scratching their heads wondering well, now what? How do we keep adding value to this for the holders? And I think that approach is backwards and limiting, and it's really a forced fit. Whereas, this became a very organic solution to a very real problem that has never been solved before. I think just like level one, the idea that we can protect the designer's original ideas through blockchain technology. Now they have an indisputable verified account of their design at a certain time that no one can say they didn't create first. That alone for these designers just felt so rewarding to know that they would be the true recognized owner of these pieces. And Andrea, I know you can speak to this because you are so deep talking to all these designers.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. I just going to say, like, every single day, that we've, worked with all of these designers, they care so much. All of their stories are so unique. They truly are people that are supporting their local communities, employing artisans, keeping traditions and techniques and textiles and parts of their culture alive through their pieces of art. And during COVID, a lot of them didn't even have access to the outside world, to be able to sell their goods. They couldn't even be producing them. And they came to us at the Accessory Junkie to be able to help support them so they could still continue to employ these artisans that weren't even able to come to work because of lockdowns. And I am so proud of Michelle and I for being able to support all of those designers through those years. They have not had to let go of their artisans, these designers who truly are living, in these studios working with, a handful of people. Some of them are family business. And so for them, having this, new revenue stream through royalties from Mavion is not only like a dream come true for us to be able to invest back into this family of ours that I truly look at as a family in over 26 different countries right now. But it is something that is going to be life changing for them. It's going to be able to have greater impact in their communities. I envision this becoming so, incredible to the point where it will not only have social impact, economic impact, but it gets me really emotional talking about the designers because I feel and I know all of their stories, and every day I'm using my voice to be able to uplift them and further give back to them.
No, I love that part of the project as well, and I think this is a good segue to maybe expand a little bit on the designers who